Hi everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Anthony and this is my 1999 Ford F-350. So ever since I bought this truck, I've been wanting to customize it, make it my own. I've always been a fan of modified vehicles, 4x4 in particular. When I bought the truck, it needed a lot of work. It started out as a two-wheel drive actually, and it was also an early 99. We'll get into that later about what I did about that. And as you can see, just lots of work and for lack of a better term, financial recklessness. This is what I drive. So how I'd like to start the build breakdown is the heart of any good build, and that's the motor. Behind this grill I have a Mishimoto transcooler, stock intercooler. The truck was a early 99, and I'll show some engine bay shots during this or after or whatever. But that means it came with a smaller turbo and smaller turbo plenums. I bought a parts truck that was a 01, and I built the turbo, put the plenums on there, did the spider, belted up pipes, nothing too crazy. Re-O-ring the whole motor, just made it reliable, just made it have a little bit of power, but not too much where I wouldn't be afraid to drive it anywhere, if that makes any sense. Behind the motor is a very important part of this truck. It's a 4R100, that's an automatic transmission that came stock in these trucks. So this truck started out as a two-wheel drive, and that same parts truck that I bought, my two-wheel drive transmission was actually blown up at the time, and I put the 4x4 transmission and transfer case. Luckily it bolts right up. I'm cooling it with this Mishimoto transcooler. The thing doesn't go above 150 or so, even if I'm beating on it. I just redid the drive shafts, everything in the drivetrain. Put this 4x4 front axle under here, rebuilt and resealed the front axle, resealed the rear axle, brakes all around, that whole thing. Two questions that I get asked about this truck every time I take it out. What are your wheels and tires, and what is your lift? My wheels and tires are 16x12 Mickey Thompson Classic locks. They don't make them anymore. They haven't made them in a long time. My tires are Mickey Thompson Baja MTZ P3s. Very good tires. These are 33x12 50s. Eventually, I am going to do a full-size spare. My lift is 5 inches in the front, 6 inches in the rear. I got the mini spring pack in the front and blocks in the rear. The entire underside of this truck has been undercoated and painted satin black. So part of the reason I was able to buy this truck at such an early age, the truck does have dents, dinks, and scratches. It was an old landscape truck when I first bought it. Only it had a blown motor, turned out it didn't. And I got it real cheap, and I've just been modifying it ever since. So this is my roof rack. I actually took this roof rack off of a Nissan Pathfinder I found in a junkyard. So I got this off of a Nissan Pathfinder for like 20 bucks on a trip to the junkyard. Bike rack and kayak rack. Got the kayak and the bike. I try to stay active, is where the magic happens, folks. That's right. Billet hitch right there to hitch your shin on. I have worked out of this truck before in the past, and that hitch does work. I have hauled trailers with it. For inside here, the sleeping situation, I do have a inflatable air mattress that fills the entire bed of this truck. I haven't gone camping with it yet, but I will in the future, and there probably will be videos of that. I blew it up once. It's fairly comfortable. It has a little electric pump. It was only like 80 bucks on Amazon. It's fine. It's camper top. Better than a tent. So I guess I'll just start from here and move forward. 2 Alpine 10s and a little cheap amp. I don't really bump the hardest, it's not like 415s or anything, but I don't listen to a whole lot of rap. I like rock and indie and some old country, so it works perfectly fine for what I'm using it for. At this point, it's just easier for me to pick up the camera and show you guys what I'm dealing with. I got my collapsible oars, my little cheap oars for my kayak, or I guess paddles, lap thing. This was $8 at Hobby Lobby. These are my tools. You need tools. If you're gonna go and do any kind of off-roading, you need tools. This right here is my little hobby crate. I got a little cheap bike helmet, my cooler, lights, dry box, brake clean, seating pad for my kayak. All that is in this crate, and it's great. I got my skateboard, more tools. This right here is where I keep my hats, my vintage Intermatic hat and my Budweiser hat, and my shoes there, and my comb. Apparently that's not where it belongs. This is my inflatable mattress right here in this bag. I got my supplements in there. I got my life jacket. You need a life jacket if you're going out on the water here in Florida. Another longboard there. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the back area of the interior. Now I'll bring you guys to the front. So this is the front part of the interior of my truck. Excuse the Hobby Lobby bag. Those are some Christmas presents I bought. So let's start with the obvious. I got a bench seat. It's my favorite type of seat. The stickers on the glove box are either just from shows or companies that I support. I have a Bluetooth stereo that I put in here. It's a Kenwood DDX3. It's pretty alright. I can play DVDs on it. It's got a lot more customization. It's got a touchscreen. Definitely beats the stock radio. The stock radios in these trucks are definitely not my favorite. Memphis store speakers all the way around. You know, you gotta have some audio for when you're driving. A little necklace I made and a little tree. I'm not sure if you can see this, but I think that's Omamore. Yeah. I do have a waifu prison box, passenger eject switch. Doesn't work right now because I don't have a passenger in it. All kinds of PowerPoints. I got 2 in here. I keep my hair ties in this. It's an ashtray, actually, but as far as I can tell, it's actually never been used, which is surprising. Cup holder with a little coin holder in the middle there. These Ford cup holders, the early 99s were horrible. They couldn't hold anything. I did get this out of a 6.0, and it works great. Here for like my phone or whatever, you know, door pockets, power windows, power locks, basically everything I need. So the question on everybody's mind right now, how much did it cost me to build this truck, how I built the truck? Well, thankfully, I'm mechanically inclined. I come from a mechanically inclined family. I could do all the work by myself, which is not paying somebody to do the work and just doing the work yourself. If you have the time, tools, and experience, that's definitely the way to go. I saved thousands of dollars working on the truck myself. The motor, the transmission, 4x4 swap, all the stuff on the roof, my equipment. I'm probably between $15,000 and $18,000 in it. Some people might say that's a lot of money. Well, it's not really. If you look, buy a Jeep, for example, buy a brand new Jeep and you don't get anything. You just get the base model for like, I don't know, 20, 25, I think it is, something stupid like that. And you know, at the end of the day, you're not driving the diesel. That's exactly what I wanted, and I'm very fortunate to be in possession of this vehicle at the age I'm at. Hopefully things will get better before they get worse, and I'll be able to enjoy this vehicle for what it is. If you'd like to follow this build on Instagram, I do have my Instagram linked in the description. If you would like links to anything, there's a lot of stuff. Just comment under the video and I'll be able to link you something. But yeah, thanks for watching my video. You'll definitely see a lot more of me. Peace.